All right, there we go. We're now live. Well, it wasn't our night. Again, Florida wins 29-16. Congratulations to them. They played a great game. We didn't. Simple as that. I know a lot of Tennessee fans want to come on and blame the officials and all that stuff, but no. When you're allowing 7 of 8 third down conversions in the first half and you can't get off the field, you're not going to win. Simple as that. And secondly, Joe Milton, it took him till almost the very end to get it going. And like I said, I'm not going to come on here and say, "Oh, look, the missed calls and stuff." Yeah, they were missed, but it should never come to that. It should never come to, oh, well, that was a bad call. That shouldn't have happened. That was BS. It shouldn't come to that. You go out there and you leave it on the field and you dominate. So that way you leave no question. But it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I'm not giving up on the season. It's a long season. I like there at the end how they finally kind of start getting it going, but it was just too late. And what's up, Saban Jr.? What's up? But it just didn't click tonight. And I thought that maybe last week was just we were being conservative, but obviously, like I said, I'm thinking now. It, I don't. I'm on the fence of do you go out do you go ahead and put Nico in there because you're playing UTSA. It's a nobody cupcake to get his feet under him, and it's at home. So why not? But at the same time, Milton's been there forever. You don't want to just, yank him like that after one game. And hey, like I said, Florida, they came out ready to play. They did. Simple as that. They came out ready to play. They shut us down in the first half, I thought after that first drive, when we had that quick score, score away, uh, I was like, okay, here we go. But after that, we just couldn't do anything. I mean, was the officiating good? No, but simple as that. It's simple as that. But anyways, Graham Mertz had a good game. Trevor Etienne and Montrell Johnson, the two stud running backs for Florida, played great. Uh, like I said, I'm giving them the credit. Yes, I know my prediction was 38-10 Tennessee, but I thought that that Tennessee was going to open up the playbook and we was going to go out there and just slinging it up and down the field. But you know, we didn't do that. I'm starting to think maybe they're being a little more conservative with Joe Milton or something. That's the only thing I could possibly think because it almost looks like they're not as aggressive or something. I might be wrong. Maybe one of you ladies and gentlemen that's watching this, maybe one of y'all could, see that. I don't know. But again, it was not a good game down there tonight. Okay, I like what Saban said. Don't throw him to the curb yet. Yeah, I agree. Because I mean, in the second half, he did look better. It looked like he started kind of getting his feet under him. But you can't just go down to the end zone and sell for field goals when you're down. And not only that, burning two timeouts back to back in the third quarter, you can't. Well, and I see Florida guy says Florida went conservative in the second half. Yeah, they seen that Tennessee's offense wasn't really clicking, so yeah, that's what you do. But again, like I said, it didn't go well. Like I said, shout to them. They played well. You know, it was just not a good game for Tennessee. And that's what I was concerned about. But again, don't let this bring you down. We still got plenty of games ahead of us. we come out, beat UTSA, beat the shit out of them, and we come out, build that confidence, and if we beat South Carolina, then we get Texas A&M, then we get a bye week to kind of get things worked out, and then we move on through the season. And I'm not going to rule out any of the rest of our games because no team in the SEC so far this year has looked dominant. Georgia, luckily they got it turned around in the second half, but I thought they were going to lose. I really did. I really thought they were going to lose. And they came back and they won the game. Alabama's got major questions. Like their defense don't look that great. They got major quarterback issues. I mean, it's like the only team that really in the SEC today that just looked absolutely dominant was LSU. Yeah, like you said, Georgia absolutely looks beatable. Every team in the I think what today proved with Tennessee losing, every team in the SEC can lose. What's up, B-Beam? Yes, congratulations to your Florida Gators. And hey, y'all came to play. But I think what this showed, hey Slim, I think what this showed was that Milton, like I said, I don't know what to say on Milton. It could be it's maybe it is time to throw Nico out there. I don't know. I mean, at least I guess if there's one good thing we play. My cousin just texted me. He's a Florida fan. He said, "What happened? I thought y'all was supposed to kill us." Yes, I know we lost, and like I said, I'll eat my humble pie on that. But like I said, I'm not giving up on this team. I'm not giving up on you know what we got going the rest of the year. Is this a hostage video? No, it's not a hostage video. Chumley Hill don't know what he's doing. I'm not saying that. I listen. This whole thing apparently Josh Heupel forgets how to. No, no, no. It's a long season. Okay, it's a long, long, long season, and I'm not giving up. Heupel was calling plays through one of my headsets. That's a good one. The SEC stinks. The SEC is down right now. What was with the timeout? I think they called timeout because Ole Miss is struggling with Georgia Tech. What is the score on that, by the way? I'm getting tons of Twitter notifications right now. People calling me out. Oh, y'all played horrible. Right now it's 41-7. I don't know. It cut out. How many wins? We'll beat UTSA. South Carolina will be a good one. Texas A&M will be a good one. Alabama will be I mean, honestly, all those are tough games. The only guaranteed wins are UTSA, UConn, and Vanderbilt. No, I'm right here. Yeah, connection might be in and out. I'm doing my best. Look, I'm having to do it on a hotspot on my phone. So the connection might go in and out. But like I said, I'll eat my crow on that. I'll eat my humble pie on that. Obviously I was wrong. I just thought that we would come out ready to play. Dog's gonna beat both y'all. I wouldn't say that completely. The way Florida played, man, they actually look pretty decent. But again, like I said, let's forget about this game. Let's move on to next week. Get UTSA at home. Let's go out and destroy them, and let's move on through the season. I see plenty of ups and downs with the top tier SEC teams. I didn't expect the ACC to be this good. College football is the best. Yeah, it is. Beautiful game. But again, like I said, all the top teams in the SEC are very beatable. I mean, Tennessee wins. Um, I think we can still win 9-10 games. I mean, you can't. It's early enough in the season where you can change that. Like I said, I'm gonna say 9-3, 10-2. That's what I'm gonna say. But again, yeah, we just got to too slow of a start. I agree. You can't go on the road and start off slow like that, especially when you see that you're not getting stops on your defense. You got to come out swinging. You can't come out be conservative. No, I'm not ashamed. I'm never going to be ashamed to wear Tennessee anything. I'll never be ashamed of that. But like I said, we played a bad game. I think they underestimated what Florida could do. Simple as that. I mean, I know it's yeah, they might went conservative in the second half, but again, we have to score. Refs, man, no, don't blame the refs. I know there was some questionable calls, but again, when in the first half you're 7 of 8 on third down, you're going to win the game. Simple as that. When you can't get stops on third down, you're not going to be successful. It's pretty simple, basic to the point. You have to get stops. Gators suck still. Maybe so. We'll find out as the season goes on. They might be one of those teams that they had a great game and they just fall off a cliff, or they could use this game as a launching pad for the rest of their season. We don't know. And that's the beauty of college football. We will find out as the season goes. And that's the beauty of this game. And this season feels so much like 2007. Like I don't see any clear cut top teams. I mean, hell, Florida State almost lost at Boston College. And look, Colorado State's beating Colorado right now. Somebody's put 14-7. So that's true. 2007 was the greatest season. So imagine that. Like, you could have major shakeups in the next couple weeks in the polls. Like, this is shaping up to be just an insane season where, like, we could go out and beat Alabama convincingly, but then we lose to a nobody. Texas is barely beating Wyoming. So, and look at Alabama today. They only won 17-3. At one point, I thought they were going to lose. So to sit here and say like, "Oh, Tennessee sucks. They're trash. They're no good." It's the obviously last year was a one-year wonder. Again, Milton was a huge question mark, and I said going into this game, this is his money game. This is where we're going to find out if Joe Milton is for real or not. And he's pretty mid. He'll do fine against lower level teams, but in big games, I don't trust him. We got to be better. I love my Florida State, but a 2007 type season, I'm all for it. Yeah, I mean, I think Josh Pate even said earlier this week is shaping up to where you could have two lost teams in the playoff this year because it just feels like it's going to be one of those crazy years. And for all we know, Tennessee wins out the rest of their games. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't think we're beating Georgia. No, listen, lost time. Don't blame the refs, dude. It was not because of the refs. When you can't get stops on third down in the first half and they're just running up and down the field on you, you're not going to be successful. You're automatically playing behind the eight ball on the road. And they had a great game plan. Nico needs to start. We'll see what they do. I mean, to me, if you're going to do it, this coming week will be a perfect time to do that. And for all we know, they put Nico in there and it looks like a completely different team. But like I said, with a lot of people going into this game, I said, even if we're losing, don't put Nico in there. Don't throw him to the wolves like that. You can't you can't do that. You can't throw him to the wolves. Well, like I said, mate, maybe we do see Nico start next Saturday. We'll find out. And if he does, I hope he's successful. I hope he does great. He's got all the potential in the world. I think he could win us a national title. I think he's that good of a quarterback. But again, we shall see. But also, too, when your secondary is letting guys run butt naked wide open and not tackling, that's an obvious problem. So, you know, I got a feeling Willie Martinez is going to be gone after this season. I think he's going to be gone. Who we get as the new secondaries coach? Don't know. We'll find out. But it was a bad game. It was a bad game plan. I'm not saying in all phases, every weekend's adventure this year, fun stuff, in my opinion. Again, we don't know. I think it'd be a good game between Miami and Tennessee, but I don't know if they play unless they play in a bowl game. We don't play this season. No, we need to stay with Milton. Well, again, I'm going to leave that up to the coaching staff. If they feel that it's best to make a change, then they'll make a change. If not, then we'll see what happens. But obviously, with Joe Milton, I think we could lose 3, 4 games. He's not Hendon Hooker. Refs always suck. Florida State LSU refs were truly calling bad calls against Florida State. Milton is bad. I don't think Milton is bad. I'm starting to think he was too damaged when he got here. I mean, I trust Heupel. I mean, he's got a proven track record with quarterbacks. So I'm not writing him off yet. I'm not. But again, we shall see. But I mean, for all we know, Tennessee uses this as motivation to go through the rest of their season, and they play like a whole brand new team. Florida could do the same thing. This could be the launching pad for Florida for them to gain momentum. What is Florida's schedule? Okay, so they have Charlotte, then at Kentucky, Vanderbilt, at South Carolina. I mean, they they could very well potentially they could win those games. With how they played tonight, they could win those games. But again, we'll find out as the season goes on. For all we know, like I said, Florida could just absolutely collapse after this game and lose a lot. We don't know. But I just think they wanted it more. And it was at home. Oh shit, the YouTube football guys destroying is on the Colorado sideline every time he's on the team side and the team loses due to his bad luck. I don't know who's on the sideline. I'm not watching the game. We can always put Gaston Moore in. It's been 20 years since Tennessee's won in the swamp. Yeah, that's true. We possibly get another shot in 2025. 20 plus years. Yep. Thought something wrong with the reefer engine on the truck. But I mean, yeah, put y'all put your thoughts down there. Like, what do you think was the problem? Was it bad play calling, being too conservative? It's not always fault. Yeah. Again, Florida's owned the series since the '90s. They've owned the series. I thought this was the perfect opportunity to right that ship, to go down to Florida and win that game, but it wasn't meant to be. And like I said, I'll humbly eat my crow on that. But we'll find out. What happened? Florida won 29-16. They came out hot in the first half. They got a couple stops. They scored a couple times. And they got ahead, and no looking back. We started to try to make a little comeback there in the fourth quarter, but we just didn't have the time. And you'll hear a lot of Tennessee fans talking about the refs and all that stuff. It wasn't the refs. I mean, the refs aren't out there tackling. At least our Vols have a really good streak. Yeah, I mean, again, you just use this game as a learning lesson. You move on. You focus on UTSA. Tennessee I think it was a conservative game. Tennessee lost two best receivers from last year that carried them through the season. Maybe so. Seeing Florida scored 3 points. Yeah, they went uber conservative, but their defense was getting stops. And shout out to their defense. They played a great game. That's Kamal Haddon. Well, here's the thing. Cedric Tillman didn't really play most of last year. He got hurt in the Akron game. He didn't come back until Kentucky, and he wasn't really a factor. Jalen Hyatt was the factor. But again, like I said, I'm not giving up on this team. I'm not giving up on the season. It's a long season. Things can change. We can obviously get better. I don't think we're just going to fall off a cliff and go 5-7 or whatever. I don't think this team's going to do that. I don't think Heupel's that type of coach to let that happen. I mean, played a bad game. He is. I mean, he is. But again, you just use this game and you move forward. I see 8-4. That's a possibility. I mean, we could lose to A&M. I still think we can beat. I still think we can win every game up to Alabama. But going on the road to Alabama, going on the road to Kentucky, as long as y'all get revenge against South Carolina, y'all be fine. Yeah, I'm still picking us to win those games. This Colorado State game is going insane. It's vibes of Florida State versus Florida in the 90s. I mean, yeah, I'm not watching the game because I'm on here with you guys, so you guys can put score updates and stuff down there. But it was not our night. Simple as that. Tennessee fans, don't say the season's over. Don't call for people getting fired. None of that crap. Neyland's going to be. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Neyland's going to be going crazy. No team in the SEC looks that good this year. The Vols can still win a lot of games. Absolutely. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, just because we played a bad game is not going to define our season. We played bad. We went off to a slow start this year, and and that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, it's going to be a crazy year. I hope they don't make it a night game against us. 17 of 19. 17 of 19 what? But it's I don't know. I just don't have a lot to say. I mean, my takeaways from this game: the secondary's got to get a lot better. The front seven needs to get more pressure. Uh, Joe Milton's gonna have to massively improve, and I would put Nico out there next week just to see what happens. I mean, hey, it's UTSA. It's a team you should on paper easily beat. If ETN was big for us tonight, absolutely. Tennessee has lost 17 of their last 19 to Florida. Yep, that's true. I mean, even back in the 90s, all through the years, we would have on paper a better team than Florida, but just for some weird reason, the biggest culprit for Tennessee was Cooper Mays didn't play, which I thought was kind of weird. I had people telling me he was going to be playing tonight, but Maybe he wasn't feeling it in his hand. He was out there warming up. And Ollie Lane, again, his first start on the road. Yes. I think once we get Cooper back, the offensive line is going to be better. He's a veteran guy. He means a lot. And like I said, I'm not giving up on the season. It's a long season. I mean, does Tennessee drop out of the top 20 or anything? No, I don't think so. I say we drop down to probably 16 or 17, probably. I don't think you're going to see just a big tank job drop off or anything like that. It's just, I think Florida played a great game. Like, shout out to them. Graham Mertz played good. The running backs were running up and down the field. The offensive line played good. Shout out to them. And that's why I think it's lost is that everybody's talking about, oh, Tennessee played bad. I think Florida just played really good. I think they just played a good game and they were ready to play. And I think that Florida didn't quit after the Utah game. Tennessee won't quit. Absolutely. I mean, if you look at after the Utah game, everybody was talking about how Florida's going, 1-11 or 2-10. I mean, they're in a pretty good spot now. They got a huge win at home. That basically probably just saved Billy Napier's job. So this was a absolute must win for Florida in order for Sunbelt Billy to keep his job. And hey, for all we know, they start rattling off 3 or 4 wins, and they have only one loss going into the game against Georgia. That could be a hell of a game. And then if that happens, if they do beat Georgia down there in Jacksonville, then maybe you look back at this Tennessee Florida game like, damn, maybe Florida is for real. The SEC East is wide open. Absolutely. Georgia's absolutely beatable. The whole SEC is just wide open. The whole SEC. Like again, we're going to find out as the year goes. And that's the beautiful thing about this sport is that you don't know how teams are going to be. But you find out as the season goes. But I think this answered a lot of my questions and places where we need improvement. Obviously, at quarterback. I mean, Joe Milton made some bad decisions. He started kind of getting it clicking there at the very end, but it was too late. And who knows? We'll see. But again, this is going to be a crazy year. I'm getting 2007 vibes. I mean, again, look, what's the score that oh, oh, the okay, they're winning 31-10 now. It's a tie game, Colorado. Oh yeah, Arkansas is losing to BYU. But defense needs to wrap up instead of trying to highlight hits with shoulder. Absolutely. Thank you. I don't understand, and it's not just Tennessee. It's a lot of teams. I noticed this. For some reason, it's like everybody's got to make the highlight reel big hit. Wrap the guy up and tackle him. If you do that, then it'll work out better. Don't go out there and try to be like Sean Taylor or Ray Lewis and just lay the wood on them. That crap never works. But again, I'm not going to be down on this team. I'm not giving up on this team. I don't want Tennessee fans out here saying, well, we suck again. No, 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 no. This team absolutely can turn it on. And we could come out and play like our hair's on fire the rest of the year. That absolutely can happen. And like I said, we get UTSA next week. Clean up the messes. Hopefully Cooper's back, and then maybe that was the problem the whole time. Maybe we put Cooper in there, and all of a sudden our offense looks like a well-oiled machine. But we'll find out. It worked for Ray Lewis and Sean Taylor. Yeah, but they don't make people like Ray Lewis and Sean Taylor anymore. The problem is that it's not fundamental to do that. I mean, yeah, it looks cool, get the big hit on them and all that stuff, and hear the crowd oohing and on. But in reality, it makes no sense. Just wrap the guy up and tackle him. I mean, it's got to get better. Luckily we get UTSA this week, and they don't look good. Let's go out there, clean everything up, and we start the season over, and we move on from this game. And I'll mention this too. At the end of the game, I thought a big brawl was about to happen. It was getting real chippy, and these players bunched up like they're about to start throwing hands. Can't be doing that. You got to have composure. I mean, you can't be sore losers. Y'all got flat out whipped. It's simple as that. Take take your take your lumps and move on to the next week. And like I said, shout out to Florida. They came ready to play, and they played a great game. It's simple. But anyways, like I said, let's move on. Let's focus on Florida. Let's focus on UTSA. Let's move on. Let's have and let's right the ship. But anyways, y'all, thanks for coming by. Um, I'll be doing this next week after UTSA. I'll have it scheduled. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the SEC channel, Mark's channel, Voice College Football. Subscribe to my own channel. Go join the go join the Discord. Go join the Patreon. Go do all that. Links will be down there. Anyways, y'all have a good night and God bless.